Bonjour Linette, comment ça va?
Hello Linette, how are you?
Très bien, Hanan.
Mais moi aussi je vais bien.
How was your weekend?
Très bien, calme.
My weekend was good and
C'est un
calm.
plaisir de vous avoir sur le plateau.
Yeah, it's always
Pleasure to
great
have
for
you here.
being your co-anchor, by the way.
Absolument.
So we are very glad you've joined us this morning for this brand new edition of the Morning Call here on Africanews, a news program coming to you in both French and English. To choose your preferred language, press the blue button on your remote control if you're using the Canal Sat network. We begin today's program in Cameroon, where a horrifying 4-minute video is making rounds on social media, showing security forces executing at least a dozen civilians in the village of Achigaya in the far north region of the country. This is a region that has been battling the Boko Haram Islamist militants since 2014. This new video, likely recorded before May 2016, was obtained by Amnesty International, which says it provides more credible evidence to support the allegations that Cameroon's armed forces have committed grave crimes against civilians. But this is not the first video. A previous video believed to have been taken in the same region emerged in July, showing Cameroonian soldiers executing 2 women and 2 children. Hanan?
Effectivement, Linette,
This new video is a further blow to the army's reputation, as well as that of the government authorities. It should be noted that the Minister of Communications and government spokesman has stated that he has not yet taken cognizance of these images, while assuring it that if soldiers are involved in crimes, they will be tried. Isachiroma Bakari stressed that no army in the world, no matter which nation it comes from, can claim to be immune to dysfunctions and gaps.
De laquelle elle est issue ne peut prétendre être immunisée contre des dysfonctionnements et des écarts. Fin de citation.
Well, Maximilienne Ngombe is a human rights defender and activist in Cameroon. She is the executive director for the Cameroon-based network for human rights defenders of Central Africa, and she speaks to us now from Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé. Thank you for accepting to speak to us, Maximilienne Ngombe. Cameroonian authorities downplayed a previous footage in July showing extrajudicial killings, describing it as fake news and an act of gross misinformation. But in last week's statement, arrests have been made of 7 soldiers in connection with this same video. How would you react to this latest development?
C'est une victoire des organisations de droits de l'homme.
This is a victory for human rights organizations, a victory for all those who thirst to see Cameroon as a state based on the rule of law. So, we must salute the act, but we still have to say that we are in the effects of the announcement. Are they going to be before the military tribunal? What are the charges against the people? That's the first question. The second question is, are families who've lost babies, children, and even women, who will be responsible for the reparation at the family level? How will this happen, and who will also repair what human rights organizations have experienced as humiliation? All these questions come to mind. While welcoming the act, we remain a little suspicious of the concrete development of what this announcement will give, because just in 2015, we already had something like that. At first, the spokesperson denied that 25 Cameroonians had been killed and that there was an investigation. But today, we just don't know what happened.
And the statement from the Minister of Communication comes at a time when a second video has surfaced, and Amnesty International claims to have verified the images. What can you say about this?
Nous n'avons pas pris position parce que, comme j'ai toujours dit, le REDAC fait d'abord.
We have not taken a position because, as I have always said, REDAC does research first, because we can do research, but we work with Amnesty, and Amnesty has taken a position. We believe that if Amnesty takes a stand, it is because Amnesty has previously made all the impossible investigations, because they have the abilities, as we have the ability to make investigations, and find what is true or false. In any case, even the video that is circulating today, there are many like that. There are photos, there are testimonies from the security forces. The government must stop being in denial of the truth, and then at the same time stops all the growth that he has set up to make the Cameroonian vulnerable, because at the limit, they are the enemies of Cameroonian against the whole world, because it becomes ridiculous when you start by saying it's a fake news, then it's in Mali, then it's true, then as the head of state said, there will be an investigation. This is ridiculous. It ridicules Cameroon's institutions and even the state of Cameroon, which is a member of the United Nations and a signatory of the African Charter on Human Rights and People.
And as an advocate for human rights, I'm sure the extrajudicial killings pose a great concern. How do you think the government can stop these arbitrary executions?
Concretely, there are two components. Verify recruitment at the security forces level. Today, as the Cameroonian government considers that it is a state of war, so it recruits from all sides. Often, they are even convicts who have no training. It is enough to know how to shoot to kill. That is the first thing. The second thing is when a government arrives at this stage where since 2015, the executions of the security forces in space multiply. It is necessary to stop. Since we made a statement in relation to this video, we have asked the state of Cameroon to set up with other stakeholders, including all candidates who are in the presidential election, a Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission. And we have also said how this is going to happen. Cardinal Toumi came back to this. He enriched it by perhaps proposing a conference for Anglophones. So in order not to confine this to the Anglophone problem, because the situation is quite serious in our country, we have to put this conference at the national level, because responsibilities have to be established, because there has to be justice. It can be traditional justice with a request for forgiveness. It can be criminal justice. It can also be justice at the international level, because in the far north, people are in a state of total psychosis. If you go to the northwest or the southwest, it's the same. In the east, it's the same thing. We are in a blocking situation.
Nous sommes dans une situation de blocage